So in this video, we're going to talk about how to ask for money and how to set your stall out to make sure you get paid. I've covered this in other videos and sort of chasing invoices, but it's a similar system. I mean, really, you need to develop a system that is going to protect you and expose any people who might potentially let you down. So I would say that you want to, I've put set traps for nightmare clients, which is a bit harsh, but you want to be able to provide situations that if they raise a red flag because of their behavior, you can get out early is the main thing. So when you have it in your contract, first thing is get paid in milestones. So it reduces the risk of the debt building up. So maybe over a project, you've got 5 to 10 milestones that you hit as you achieve certain deliverable, along the project way. So that's the first thing. Never do any work until the contract is signed and the deposit is paid. Only when those two things have happened, can you then start work. So if they are slow in doing either, walk away. There's a really good chance that they're going to be slow in paying as well. So that's the first thing. Make sure that you're clear in your contract how you want to get paid. Make sure you're clear on any penalties there are. Charge and get paid based on the milestone, and don't do anything until everything is paid and signed off. Make getting paid easy. So it's not always the client's fault. If you use some sort of software like Xero or QuickBooks, it makes paying you really simple. So set yourself up with those, because also those bits of software, they will also be sending out emails and reminders automatically. And most people don't react badly to a reminder that's just from automated. So having software, for me, is essential, because all of it is linked to your taxes anyway. So it's great for your accountant. But I would use Xero. That's what I use. And that makes sending out invoices super easy, and it makes getting paid super easy. I would always try and find a point of contact within their business for accountability. So if there are any issues with payment, you can actually go and speak to someone. And that, again, that pressure of knowing who to speak to and having someone responsible for handling your payments tends to make sure that things are paid, because people don't want that pressure. Because if it's not happening and you go to their boss and explain, look, I've been talking to Steve, I keep asking him to be paid, but he's not doing it, Steve's in trouble. So Steve doesn't want to be in trouble. Therefore, if you've got him and you know who he is, he's going to be more accountable. I would always create a third-party email address that is specifically accounts at your business. So again, you can kind of remain anonymous, and it's less attached to you, because sometimes it can be emotionally draining having to have conversations because you feel kind of guilty for nagging them to pay you, and you worry they're not going to give you more work, where in reality, that's insane. They should be worried that you're going to turn them down because they haven't paid you. But I understand that it doesn't always work that way. And quite often creative people are very nice. I would also consider doing a role swap with a friend, where they can actually badger the company for money for you, and you can do the same for them. Because again, the lack of emotional involvement means that they don't mind being a bit firm and calling people out, because there's no consequence to them. And that might be what's needed to get things done. So consider maybe asking your partner or a friend to do it, because that's certainly worked very well in the past. If it gets to the stage where they're ignoring you and they're not sending you your money, then consult a lawyer and have them write out a series of emails that will start with a kind of like friendly, hi, just checking to see if you'd received my invoice because I haven't been paid, all the way up to, I'm taking you to court because you haven't paid me. A lawyer will write them all out properly, and they will tell you the order and the time frame in which to send them. And if you do that and it does go kind of wrong, and you do have to take them to court, or if it's a lot of money, then that lawyer can also represent you, and you will know that you've done everything in the right order. So there is massive peace of mind that they can't squirm out of it. So that's a big thing. There's another video I talked about chasing invoices, where I kind of broke that down a little bit further. But as always consult a lawyer, because they're the ones who'll tell you exactly what to do in the right order, and it'll be the most up-to-date kind of legislation on how to do that. The other thing that you can try, if it's all gone wrong, is to get on Twitter and shame them. At this stage, the relationship is dead, but there's no harm in alerting people on Twitter to how bad the service is, because that's a PR nightmare for them. And that may, at least, even if it destroys the relationship, they might pay you just to shut up. Another one which I found, which is a strange one, which in the UK, there is a program called Watchdog by the BBC, which highlights nightmare companies. Whenever I've had an issue with a firm, if I copy in Watchdog, they shit themselves. It's bizarre. We had this thing where my wife had booked to go on a nail course, and we'd paid quite a lot of money, And it was weeks and weeks and weeks with no correspondence. Every time I phoned up, the email box was full. I never got any replies. Nothing. It was a week before we were going to go. We needed to know, can we cancel the hotels and get a refund? And I wrote an email outlining all the times I'd asked for help and hadn't had it. Like, because I was emailing to Watchdog really, but I sent it to them. I copied in Watchdog, so it was watchdog@bbc.co.uk, and I got a phone call within 9 minutes, and I'd never heard from them. And they explained the problem. One of the instructors was off ill. They'd missed their emails. They're terribly sorry. We got a full refund. We cancelled the hotel, and we got our money back. But every time I've used the Watchdog trick, it always works because, again, the fear of being exposed publicly and having their reputation damaged because they've been shitty to you often motivates people to get involved. So that what I would say is definitely worth doing. And my final bit, which is if this happens to you, welcome to the club. It happens to all of us. But build a system that will make sure that where did it go wrong before so it doesn't go wrong again. And then take all the work you've done for that client and use those templates as a basis for products you can sell on Gumroad or Creative Market or wherever, so that at least you can repurpose the work you've done and get some money back. Because if you've done a beautiful web template, you could sell that. If you've done beautiful documents, you can sell them. As I said, remove all their logos and branding, but take the structure of the design, change the colors, add a generic logo, boom, pump it out there, sell it, make some money back, and start growing your digital empire, which if you work it out well and you keep growing it, you might never need bloody clients again. So it's definitely worth a go.